Yeah. Hey, Coach. Could you just kind of take us through the progress Spencer's made the last 2 years and what element, like, where did you see him grow the most?
Yeah, it's a really good question. We got to spend 1 year together, and I can talk about where when I got here, what I saw versus what he became. And the first meeting we ever had together is we went through all the turnovers from the year before, which is always a hard meeting. But you watch the fumbles, the interceptions, and do all that. And you're talking about a guy who went from 9 fumbles the year before to 0 fumbles, and cut his interceptions down. And especially then you dig a little bit more and you say, hey, when did these interceptions happen this year? And they were most of them happen in games that were down more than 2 scores. And so it's hard for me. I was with him 1 year, but what I saw through the year is uh, maturation, understanding what it takes to win and lose, what it takes to be a leader. That one thing that's always impressed me about Spencer is he has. You talk about the ability to overcome adversity and prosperity. Spencer's gone through really hard things and overcome hard things. Going back to Oklahoma, playing on a team this year that didn't have the team success that he wanted to have, but stayed focused, worked hard, was a great leader, a great teammate through this whole process.
And I'm wondering if you maybe had like preconceived notions of who he was or his personality and maybe how that changed over the course of the year once you got to know him.
Yeah, you absolutely, just like everyone does. Like you hear, I never watched the Netflix document. I never saw that, and I still don't know what that is. But when I was trying to make a decision whether I wanted to accept this role in South Carolina, I'd heard stories, and just like everyone has. But what I'm going to tell you, the guy that I got to coach for a year, I'm a better person because of coaching him. Because I saw a guy that was a great teammate. I saw a guy that was humble and treated people well. That our quarterback room was extremely close because of his leadership. He was the leader of the quarterback room, not myself. And the only way you can become the leader is if the other guys in the room know that you care about them. And I think that all those kids rallied around him. They knew what he was spilling every week. They knew, and when you play with the toughness that he played with this year, there's nothing like this guy's getting hit. He's taking sacks, like in sacks that weren't his fault. That we just didn't protect well enough for him. And the kid never says a word. And that talks about you talk about leadership and grit. Like just get hit in the face and just keep competing. Now that's the ultimate commitment to your team right there. And I think that's where he was already the leader of the team. But when that stuff starts happening, like these guys start pulling for him from the bottom of their falls.
Coach, obviously with your mix of pro and college experience, I mean, when you read the scouting reports, they all start with has a pro caliber arm, has pro arm strength, quote unquote, pro style, all that. What does that exactly mean that makes him ready to make that transition from college to pros, maybe more than some of the other guys that make this transition?
Yeah, we've coached some from Sam Darnold to Mitchell Trubisky to Jake Locker. We've had some guys in the first round that were good players, and I'm going to tell you guys right now, my experience said this guy's as talented as any of them. He can make every throw that you're going to ask him to make. He can get through progressions quickly, and that's this whole thing. Like, yeah, he can make every throw. Absolutely, you guys just drafted Mickey and Jeff just drafted a guy in DA that's extremely talented. That's an NFL thrower. He can make every throw. He's got a quick release. His releases. I've had so many coaches through the scouting process this year, the draft process, text me and talk about, man, this guy's release is beautiful, and it is. But his ability to see things and get through progressions is what really gives him a chance to be a good quarterback at that level. On top of a guy that has enough suddenness in his body to hurt you with his legs and enough grit in the pocket to stand in there and take hits. So you're really talking about three things when you're looking about a quarterback, and it's decision making, it's accuracy, it's being fearless in the pocket, and he's got all three. And that's I think what people say. Hey, this guy's an NFL player. He's got NFL talent. I think that's what people in this process have seen from this guy, and to be
What's he
able to get that in the fifth round, unbelievable talent and value in that round.
what's he still have to hone in on to be able to make it at this level?
Yeah, I think. Well, I think it's. I think it's what the Saints have to offer. I think it's a good system fit because I think with what the Kubiak Shanahan system, this guy is a really good thrower on the run. He's gonna be able to run the keeper game. He's really good with the play action passes. It's an organization that's had a lot of success with a 6-foot quarterback. So you look at all the things that he needs to be successful, and I think there's a lot of it. He's going to get to play behind a guy that special right away. He's going to get to see and grow behind all that. Like I think this is a really good fit for both sides, and it's going to be getting in there and continue to like preparing in college is different than preparing in the NFL. Now he's going to get to watch Derek Carr, who's had so many great coaches and knows how to do things and prepare. He's going to get to watch him in a system that's going to help his skill set. And then it's Spencer going to be diving into that thing, which I know he will, and getting ready to master and own that playbook and get ready to compete at the NFL level now.
Coach, with everything that happened in his college career, how important you think it was for him to get in Mobile there and play, that week at the Senior Bowl and in the game that he was successful?
Well, I think that's who he is. I think it was a chance to compete. Like there's a lot of people that would have told you, Spencer, don't go to the combine and run a 40. You're not gonna run 4.5. But it's about, hey, we're competing. Like it's time. Like whatever the task is, if they're gonna ask us to play in the Walmart parking lot, you show up and you play. And for Spencer, it was another chance to prove to everyone who he is, not just the player and the talent, but the character, the kid, the leadership skills. All that thing was, to me, Spencer handled the right way because it was, if there's ever going to be a chance to compete, if there's ever going to be a chance to show everyone who I am, because there is a lot of stuff out there on him maybe that's him when he's 50. I can't speak on that, but it's not him as a senior at South Carolina. And it was just a chance to show everyone who he is. And I think that he's going to have a chip on his shoulder, and he's excited and he's humble and he's really excited about this opportunity. So wherever it's at, whether it be the combine, the Senior Bowl, we show up and compete, and that's who Spencer is.
Thank you so much, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Coach, thanks.
Absolutely. Y'all got a good one, so congrats to y'all.
Congrats to you.